How's it going, guys? Another pre-match show, and guess what? It's Christmas Eve. We are all ready for Christmas. Hope you are. Hope you're having a good day today, ready for tomorrow's everything Christmassy. So yeah, get your comments in. I appreciate you coming in. Here's the pre-match show for the Man City game. I'm hoping it goes ahead. I think it will go ahead. And what's your thoughts on the Liverpool game in the cup? I don't want to talk about too much because Jack did that yesterday, but wasn't the best result in the end. I think we deserved to get something out of it, but you never know. Get all your comments in, and we'll start straight after the intro. Let's go.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, guys, how are we all doing? Get in your comments, and as we see, great evening, mate. Carmen, welcome. Appreciate you coming back in. Amanda, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Michael, same for you. Merry Christmas. Great. Rogers, Bodge Wednesday, and it cost us. It's a hard thing because before we go on to Man City, the substitutions was the big factor. But the thing is, the substitutions had to happen because of the injuries we faced with it. Soonchu had a bit of a knock. He had to come off. Who else did you have? Ndidi stayed in the defence. Yes, he only made that last minute error at the back for them to get their third goal, but it's hard. Yes, I don't think people are very happy with Vestergaard and Bertrand coming on. I'm not either, but they're 3-1 up at the 60th minute. You don't lose from there. Yes, I know we didn't lose, but we went to penalties and Bertrand was one of the ones that missed, so we'll run over that a bit later. Keith, any news on why Vardy didn't take the pen? Hamstring. I'm hoping it's not a serious one, but it was a hamstring injury. And that's why I was shocked when someone like Luke Thomas came up for the penalty and then Bertrand did. But there was obviously a reason, and I'm guessing it was because of his hamstring injury. You don't want him to risk it, really, would you? Instead, we defend. You could say that. Dave, Merry Christmas to all Fox fans, wherever you are. Yes, appreciate it. Maz, again, appreciate coming in. Appreciate you coming in for another Friday show, pre-match show. Michael, we just can't defend. It's hard because I think we played well up to the 60th minute. It's just the substitutions that really didn't help. Fresh legs, but players that don't really playing with us, so it's a hard one for me. I don't think we deserve to lose, as in go 2 penalties. I think we deserve to get the result, but we don't know. Michael, again, we've got to score 4, and it brings us on to Man City. Where do you really think we're going to score 4 against them? Yeah, we did it last season, but the way our defence is, could it be another Leeds? Could it be another 7-0? We will get him in. Mr. Luke, how are you, mate?
Hey, mate, how are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. So, first of all, let's talk about the last few results for you. I'm not too sure on who you played recently, but I know obviously you got a win against Leeds 7-0.
Newcastle and Leeds, yeah. So Leeds 7-0, Newcastle 4-0. So yeah, it's probably the worst time for you to be playing us at the minute.
probably the worst. Obviously that's 11-0 on aggregate, 2 teams, and then with us, obviously I don't know if you watched it, but obviously the Carabao Cup, we went 3-1 up to go 3-all, and then lost on penalties. Bit of a hard one to take, but yeah. And then before that, it was I can't remember now. It was a while ago because we had COVID symptoms and all that stuff got cancelled. I think it was a Newcastle game. We won 4-0.
Yeah, I think it was 4-0 as well to Newcastle.
So it was all right, but again, like you see, it's only a Newcastle team. So going straight forward to Sunday afternoon, sorry. What's your first thoughts on the game? Are you scared of any sort of players that are coming into the team, or because I say for me, your changes every single
Oh,
game.
it's 100% pep roulette.
Yeah.
That's why kind of on Feed the Goat, we can never kind of predict the team.
Yeah.
Because we'll have it where it's Stones and Diaz in defence, and then it'll be Laporte and Diaz or Ake and Stones, for example. You just can't predict it. So, I mean, I think it'll be similar to the game against Newcastle.
Yeah.
I kind of, but I kind of like to see Cancelo back on the left and Walker kind of come back in on the right. And maybe Grealish or Foden get the chance. Obviously, they were dropped due to the issues that have been rumoured, been going out on the piss. And, kind of had themselves dropped for that. So hopefully they can come back in, bounce back and hit the ground running again. You know, Foden was in really good form before kind of the injuries and then this incident. So I think it'll be a lot similar to the Newcastle side, just maybe one or two tweaks here or there. Might be a case of maybe keeping Zinchenko on the left and Cancelo on the right maybe, or maybe Ake on the left.
Yeah.
You just don't know really. Like with yourselves, you probably know your starting 11. With us, we just don't know.
It is a hard one because obviously even with the Carabao Cup game, we put up probably one of the most strongest teams out, and we've never really played Vardy and Daka together all front, and it seemed to work very well. But the moment one of them, I think Daka came off against Liverpool, it just looked completely drained up front. There was nothing there. Where for me, going to the Man City game, it's a hard one because every time I go there, I feel like we do give you a game. I think, was it last season or the season before, you scored the company goal. That was the only difference in that game. Obviously, last season we beat you 5-2, but no one was in the ground, so it's a hard one to kind of judge. But for me, it always seems to be a hard game for you when it comes to playing us. And then this season, it just doesn't feel like it's going to be any kind of hard.
It's a fixture that goes, like I've noticed, it goes back and forth. So like you beat us in the Community Shield, we've beat us in the league. You know, touch wood, we get the win again at home, especially because I mean we only beat us 1-0, but that was obviously away with Bernardo. But I feel like, as you've seen in previous seasons, now this is the kind of time where we kind of go on that like 15-game win streak. And we just run away with it. So I can't see many teams taking points off us now. And I feel like this is the kind of time where it'll be very hard to take points off us. So you'd have to be at 100% get anything from it, really. And especially with your Carabao Cup result, it does kind of show that you can leak goals quite easily from a winning advantage as well, sadly.
Well, I say with the team you've got and the way you're scoring goals for fun, you haven't even got a main striker up front, and you're still scoring
exactly
7
false 9.
4. But I say, is there any players for you at the moment that's out that you know won't be playing? I'm not too sure. Your injury list.
I think it's only. I think Pep kind of hinted to it yesterday in his press conference. It's only really for Ferran Torres, and obviously he's probably played his last game for Man City now. I think there's kind of still a bit of a question under Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
But he did say that everyone was fit in that sense. But it's just whether I think he has personal issues potentially. So I think it might be a case of if he's ready to play, he might play. But who knows? Like I said, it's pep roulette, sadly.
I know.
We just never know.
It's hell for everyone who does fantasy football, isn't it? So.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that. It's a nightmare.
But someone says in the comments, Bernardo and KDB will be key. For me, I don't know about you, but Bernardo Silva's been outstanding this season. Probably one of your best players. I don't know if you've been the same, but
it's been our best player. Period. Him, Rodri, Cancelo, kind of them three have been pivotal to our season. Really. Obviously, everyone else has played their part, like Mahrez, top scorer, which is what you expect him to be. Kind of them players. But I feel like Bernardo has been that key, especially now. Because what it is with Rodri playing that deeper line role, Bernardo is kind of that box-to-box, and he gives Rodri that ability to not be the quickest. Although he has increased half a yard of pace, I just think the way he's up and down that pitch is just incredible. And he always chips in with a goal. Like that goal against Aston Villa just sums him up, really. He's on the edge of the 18-yard box, and then he's on their 18-yard box with a sublime volley. But I mean, I think Bernardo is probably the key to most of our games this season, and KDB is slowly coming back into it. Obviously, after the Euros, tough injuries, having COVID, he's slowly, for every step back, he's taking 2 steps forwards, thankfully, and it's not a case of he's watching himself out now. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I say someone else says here, Dale Hines says the players we've got at the moment. I'm not too sure on if there's any difference in that. I feel like Vardy might be fit, but I don't think he'll play against you because just as his knock he had on
He's
the
the only one I
week.
fear as well, really, Vardy. Like,
yeah,
if you get a ball over the top to him, he's always scored against us as well.
Yeah. But yeah, Ricardo got injured again after his first game back against Liverpool. Got injured again. Evans, our main centre backs, back out of the team again, and then Amati, who's probably been one of our better substitute players coming in to replace our centre backs, and he's even out. So for me, it's probably going to be an Ndidi in the back again when you're missing him in the field, and then.
Yeah, you need someone like Ndidi in that, like an enforcer in that midfield, especially against our three.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong. I want to be positive for Sunday, and I always am when I come to the Etihad. But it's a hard one with the team we're going to be able to put out, and someone like Vestergaard, who doesn't really play for us. When he first played the first few games, I thought he looked all right, but every time since he's been playing, he just looks a bit average at best.
He always caused us a problem when he played for Southampton, kind of that set piece specialist, isn't he, really? Just being in the right place at the right time with a header. But I don't think he's picked up that form that he had for Southampton for yourselves, really. But it'd be good to see players like Samar, or however you say it, Samara.
Samara, yeah.
He was good when he was at Lille. It'd be good to see players like him kind of try and pick up the pace a bit.
I think the situation, obviously I was coming back from the Liverpool game, and somebody on the bus was saying that if we try and attack you, it's just going to make it even worse for us. So realistically, we can't do defending or we can't attack either because
damage limitations, really.
Both ways, it's like if we want to attack you, we're just going to get destroyed at the back. If we want to defend, you're just going to make us sit back anyway. So it's hard, and we can't contain you because we're gonna get done for. So another player for you that's I think's been decent, and he's obviously I think his first season wasn't the best for him, but going back this season into the left back position, more the right back position, is Cancelo. Would you say he's probably the best left back in the Prem at the moment, or
probably one of the best fullbacks in the world at the minute? I mean, I'd go as brave as saying that. I mean, look, there's not many players in the world who can be a right back by trade, go and fill in the left back and be the best player in that position in the league. So, I mean, you kind of got to look at it like that. And some of the stuff he's been doing on that left, like I think it was, can't remember who the goal was against, but that first one for Sterling, that assist, like the Travella assist.
Oh,
some of the stuff he just comes out with, like, I mean, especially he's a right-footed left-back as well. Scary. But, he's...
It's a hard one because, like you say, Vardy for us is probably your only kind of threat. And if your back line is as fit as you normally are, whereas ours is completely shattered, I can't even see Vardy getting through, even if we put Vardy and Daka together.
Yeah, I have a feeling it might be Diaz and Laporte keep it the same as it was against Newcastle. And I think Laporte sometimes has got, not a mistake in him, but I feel like he can get taken past quite quickly. That lack of pace sometimes. But I feel like them two, there won't be a problem. I feel if Vardy's not playing especially. But then you've got someone like, if we defend well, Maddison who can hit outside the box, scarily enough. So there's always that thought as well.
Yeah, I'd say he's one for us who's probably come back into a bit more. Obviously, I saw a stat saying before October 20th, he had no contributions in about 10 games, where since that till now, he's had about 14 contributions in 15 games. So it's a completely different comparison for Maddison, and hopefully he starts. But now he's got to perform to the highest level to play someone as such as Man City to kind of prove his kind of stature as that good of a player, really. What else was I going to ask?
There's a few comments in there.
There is, people are saying you could at least pretend you're not celebrating Christmas already.
Hey, I haven't said anything as of yet.
Like I said, I don't want to be a negative person because obviously I'm on this Leicester channel. I don't want to be saying we're going to lose, but even most people in the chat know the defence you're going to probably have to put out on Sunday is a very weak side compared to what we normally would. Fofana out, Justin out, all these players that would normally get into that first team and would probably give us a way higher chance of even trying to win the game. But obviously, going on to then asking you the question, our season so far, Leicester's season, would you say it's good from what the last 2 seasons have looked like?
I mean, you're bottled
Or are we
Champions League
overachieving?
No, I think if anything, you're underachieving. If you're talking about Leicester yourselves, I mean, because obviously, what was it last year? You just missed out on Champions League places on the last day.
Yeah.
And I think looking at it, Rodgers has been a perennial bottler quite a lot of his career, which is, you look at like the last 2 or 3 seasons you've had him, you've had Champions League spots kind of January, February time, and then you've lost him, which says a lot about him as a manager. And I think he's been what he is now, 9th.
Yeah.
I think it's heavily underachieving because I think he kind of should be around that top 6, maybe 7th area. Obviously securing Europa League each season for that financial benefit. And also kind of you've got the players, if everyone's fit, to kind of compete with, the likes of West Ham, Wolves who are up there. I can't see any reason why not. So I think if anything for your season, you've kind of underperformed so far, and hopefully you get a good run of results after this game.
After this game,
just after this one, yeah.
Yeah, like I say, people have been saying that Rodgers himself said that we're overachieving, but for us, obviously, the last 2 seasons haven't been the greatest finish. Yes, we played well throughout the season. We've been top 4 pretty much the whole season, but this year, like you say, are we underachieving, or are we just being at the level we really are at with the players we've got in the team at the moment? So it's a hard one because, like I say, the results haven't gone the worst for us. It's just the performances haven't been there, which doesn't really help the result-wise in general, really. Going on to you being top then, did you back yourself to being top before the season started?
You've always got to, haven't you, really? I think kind of after the first game against Spurs, we had a realisation, obviously, that kind of jet lag from the Euros, players slowly coming back. Obviously, if we'd have won that, we'd be 6 points clear now, not 3, but little things like that. Obviously, we've had some blips along the way, Southampton, Crystal Palace. But I think you've always got to kind of, being a City fan now, you've always kind of got to back yourself to be top of the league. And it's kind of this time, we always know we have a bad start to the season, or kind of, a slow start, shall we say. But I think, these are kind of the times where we go on that unbeaten run for 10, 15 games. No one kind of catches up to us, unless Liverpool are having a blinder. But as you know, the African Cup of Nations is going to be a key thing for them, missing players. We only miss Mahrez. But as to answer your question, I think, you've always got to, being a City fan now, expect to be top or hope to be top. You're not looking to be top 4. You're not looking to, kind of settle there second. You've got to be winning it each season now, especially with the money that we're spending.
Exactly. I was going to say, just even with 100 million on one player, this window just gone. It's hard to compete with that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, we have done that in the past. We have competed the last 2 seasons to be in the top 4, but it's just a hard one because for me, when I first saw the season start, I put Chelsea top because Tuchel came in at the end of last season, did so well with it, and then came in this season.
See, we were talking about this on our pod. I think Tuchel's kind of got that element of he can do very well in cup competitions. Like you look at PSG when he was Champions League final, obviously they lost to Bayern Munich, but he was playing in he was coaching a side in a Farmers League, let's be honest, in Ligue 1. But I think he doesn't have that mentality to kind of do it over a long term of the season.
And that's why you're seeing now with the slowly kind of
like you look at Dortmund, like Dortmund, even that's like not the most competitive, but he was slipping up games and kind of giving Bayern Munich that run of points. And I think, it's kind of, I think you're seeing it now, like you said there, like he is someone who kind of, if he drops 3 games in a row, maybe like a draw and 2 losses, he kind of doesn't have that mentality to bring it back. Whereas
it changes the season, don't it? Because now they're
6 points, I think.
6 points clear of you, and it's hard to get back then unless obviously someone like us beats you, and then another team after us, and then who you've got. But
it's not even that. Like it's like when you see it when we lose, kind of I feel sorry for the team that we next play.
Oh yeah,
Because it's kind of then like you look at the Spurs game, and then it was like 5-0 Norwich. It's kind of a bit detrimental to whoever plays us next, really. But I mean, I can't see Chelsea kind of putting back up a fight. It's only Liverpool, really. But Liverpool
Yeah.
have got every excuse under the sun recently, so it's convenient how they can't postpone that Boxing Day game after he says they can't play the 26th and 28th.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's all kind of just how can you play one game and how can we not play another game? It's hard, but your record at the moment's 14-2-2, and who are your only 2 losses to? Spurs and
Palace.
Palace. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was.
Don't remind me, I was there.
Oh God! And can I ask, are you going to the home match on Sunday or?
No, I'm not at that game. Sadly, I'm with family, so kind of can't make it. But going to try and do Brentford. I think our mate's got a ticket for us, so hopefully can get to the Brentford away. But yeah, it's just a hard time, kind of around Christmas, really.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I say, I try and go to all of them, but like I say, at this point, it's this. Obviously, if the Everton game, which got cancelled for us, went ahead, it was Everton away, Liverpool 2 days after away in the cup, Man City away, and then it's Liverpool at home.
It's like train prices as well is extortionate at the minute.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a very hard one to get to, but
it's like for us to go to Watford, it's like 100, like what games like Watford, Chelsea, and that's like 140 quid, even with a rail card. It's stupid.
Oh, no.
So it's like it's not even worth going unless you're driving down.
Yeah, I know what you mean. People are saying Man City Champions League again, and champions of the league. Do you reckon you could do it in the Champions League?
You're asking every single question we've just had on the most recent pod.
I might as well ask it while I get.
No, I get it, man. You're always going to ask a City fan if we can win the Champions League. Look, I think the way I said it, the way I said it was, you look at kind of the teams that have gone into a final the season before, lost, for example, like Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich lose it against Chelsea. Next season, go in and beat Borussia Dortmund. I'm not saying anything, but it could be the same kind of situation, maybe. But yeah, you really don't know. The Champions League's one of those you've got to win 7 games, and that's it, really. Kind of 7 to 10 games, and I think it's more class. Shows a better side, shall we say? Sorry, if you can win 38 games, or not 38, sorry, but you can win it over a 38-game season rather than luck of the draw with 10 games.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, like if we beat Sporting, for example, watch it, we could get Bayern Munich, and Liverpool get a plain sail and run.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
As always.
But then again, I always get told, "Oh, you really have to play the team that's ahead of you, so you can't complain if you get." I know what you mean, Brian.
As Pep always says, a game at a time. I'm only thinking about this game.
Brendan Rodgers always says that, so. It's hard not to look at the future games, but say the moment I saw the fixture list come out, we saw this sort of period for us: Man City, Liverpool, Everton, all this together. I'm just like, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered. But go on then. Obviously, yes, it's a Pep roulette. For you, who would you start in your starting 11 on Sunday then?
So I think always the 4-3-3. So it's going to be the false 9 as per. So it'd be Edison. I'm going to go. If Walker's fit, I'm going to say Walker.
Yeah.
Not Stones. I've just had seen someone comment that earlier, so that's why it's in here. So I'm going to go Diaz and Laporte, and then Cancelo, Rodri in the middle. This is where Pep Roulette gets interested because if everyone's fit. I'm going to go Bernardo and Kevin De Bruyne. Then up top, Mahrez, Jesus. And do you know what? I'm going to say Foden's back over Sterling.
Okay.
I feel like Grealish. That's the thing. You just can't.
Sterling, Foden, Mahrez. Who else you got?
Jesus.
Grealish. All them people keep coming up.
Even Palmer now. Palmer's unbelievable at the minute.
It's just getting a joke how many players. Like you could not start De Bruyne and still bring him as a sub later down the line.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But for us. If I had to say a team, I don't really want to say a team, but probably Casper. Can't be Ricardo because he's injured. I'm going to have to go Castagna on the right. This isn't convincing. Left back is probably going to be Luke Thomas. Centre back's probably Ndidi, and I've got to say Vestergaard. And then midfield, Sumare, Tillemans. It's a hard one because Dewsbury Hall's been playing well. So maybe you go two up front as well and play Madison, Dewsbury Hall, Tillemans and Sumare in the midfield and play Daka and Vardy up front. It depends if Daka's fit. But I know you'd rather not have Vardy start.
Ideally, yeah.
But then again, you've not obviously much of what Daka's been up to.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't. You know, kind of heard he was a good player when he came from, was it Salzburg, was it?
Yeah.
You know, I think he scored quite a lot of goals there. Came in, and I think he's kind of settled in, and, you know, he's scoring goals from what I've seen, but I think it's always with a lot of players now, it's that first season jitters, and then you've kind of got to see what he's like next season, maybe. I
know what I mean. It's like with Collet's situation. Obviously, the first season we had him, first maybe 1 or 2 seasons, he wasn't really getting in there. Then he got into the last season's fixtures more, and he was showing up. And except from the penalty, was it the penalty or the shot last minute against you? Your place, he just completely can just fluff just for the sake of it. But yeah,
I miss Kelechi. I really do. I miss him at City. I'd like to have seen him.
Substitute players that come on and you just know he's going to do something for you, isn't it? So
yeah, he was kind of a bit like that at City actually under Pellegrini. Kind of young player came on and grabbed the goal here and there, but I just think he was kind of below the par for us, really, sadly.
Yeah, that's fine. And then before we do end, score prediction. Don't be too hard on us. Let's just say that for sure. Let us at least get 1 goal.
It's typical City, so I mean I'll predict the score and it'll be completely off. I'm going to say 3-1.
Yeah.
I feel like Maddison will score.
That's all right for us. It's not too high of them, but it's hard. Head says I think we're going to lose. Honestly, Heart says probably like a 3-2, maybe a bit of a fun end-to-end game, and we get maybe a penalty or.
Like we score 2 goals. That's.
I mean, 3 goals for us, mate. Like I say, it's a hard one because, like I say, last season. What was the difference last season compared to every other season? Why did we beat you that season at your place? Can you remember like any tactics we maybe used or?
I think Diaz wasn't there. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, I know you had Ake in there.
Yeah, I remember signing. I think we signed Diaz like the week after, and then kind of went on from there. Really, I don't know, to be honest. I think kind of was it 2 penalties? I think it was in with that game.
Well, from what I remember, the first 20 minutes we just played so defensive. Morris scored that scorcher, top corner.
Yeah, because I remember Maddison scored an unreal goal as well, didn't he?
Yeah, we kept playing defensive. I was like, why the hell are we playing defensive against a Man City team when realistically you weren't playing too well? It just had 1 peak shot and it went in. And then it just completely switched. We had loads of attacks on you. We just worked it out. Vardy scored like a little flick goal. Madison scored like a one over the top into the back corner. It's hard, and like I say, it could happen again on Sunday, but you just can't tell with a City game.
Not at the Etihad with fans in. I think that's another major thing. Like, have you been to the Etihad a few times? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've been there about 4 or 5 now, and especially when I saw the company goal going. Yeah.
Although everyone kind of says to the Etihad and stuff like that, which I won't get into, but
I say it, by the way.
Hey, you play on us, so. But no, I think a lot of it is like it's probably one of the loudest I've personally been to. Like, you know, everyone's on top quite quickly. And yeah, like the away support we've had this season is unbelievable as well. Like you might have seen when it was at the King Power, like it's just constantly non-stop singing. Like it is really good to support these past season. And I think
it's hard not to when you're just winning every game, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think the way the new ticket system's kind of going for us, I don't know how it works for you, but a lot of the tickets now are kind of going to the right people.
Yeah, I
like the people who deserve to kind of go with the points that they've got, or kind of people who are wanting to go. It's not a case of resellers. Resellers are buying. Like I've seen it quite a lot for places like United. Resellers are buying them, then selling them on for 150 quid rather than just 30. But yeah, I mean, I went to Watford a couple of weeks ago, and that was good support as well. So it's good to see. But yeah, it's completely different when you're playing behind closed doors too.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Go crowd, but yeah, I think to answer your question as well, how did you beat us last time? I think it was a case of kind of that press that we had. You playing players like Vardy and Maddison playing balls over the top or getting balls through one time quick.
Yeah,
kind of beats that press quite easily. Like, yeah, I've seen Gray say it there. But yeah, thinking other than that, I think it was 2 penalties and a wonder goal really. You've got
I'll take that again, but it's not. I can't see it happening. But yeah, appreciate you coming on, Luke. Appreciate you joining me again, and hopefully the result goes right for one of us. So
yeah, I'll say good luck, but yeah,
we need all the luck we can get, mate. Appreciate it.
You'll have a good season hopefully after this.
Merry Christmas, mate. Appreciate it.
You too. All the best.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, lad.
Mate. And that's it, guys. Appreciate you all coming in. We couldn't get through all the comments. It was more just talking about the opposition coming on to Sunday. Hopefully, it stays ahead. I wanted to. I'm going down there. Hopefully, see us win. It's hard. I don't want to be negative. It's just so hard not to with the lineup we're going to be putting out at the defence. So yeah, make sure you follow all the socials. Get the follows down. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. And then all the sponsors. Appreciate all the sponsors of the channel. That is going to be it, guys. Sorry for not reading all the comments, like I said. But that is going to be it. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.